I want to be a musician, just like you.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry. Welcome to the land of your ancestors.
Miguel?
We're your family.
You're skeletons!
Disney is reportedly working on a new version of the beloved Pixar movie Coco. Pixar has been a major force in Disney animation for years, and while it's tough to pick a favorite from their impressive list of films, Coco definitely stands out. The movie, with its beautiful animation and touching story about culture, music, family, and heritage, was a huge success for Disney and Pixar, earning over 90% from both critics and audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. It also made $814.3 million worldwide. Now, it looks like Coco might be getting even more love. When Disney decides to bring a beloved animated film to life, there's a lot to think about and plenty of challenges to face. Classics like The Lion King, 1994, and Beauty and the Beast, 1991 were obvious choices for live-action remakes, but how do you make them work in a live-action setting? The Lion King has a cast made entirely of animals, and most of the characters in Beauty and the Beast aren't humans. How can you make that feel real without turning it into a theme park show? The creative teams behind both adaptations really nailed it, turning them into some of the most successful, popular, and loved live-action films out there. And I want to do the same for Coco. There are rumors that Coco, which is only an animated all-Latino main cast movie with 9 figures, might be getting a live-action adaptation. This would be a huge deal, as it could become one of the few big movies with a predominantly Latino cast. It's no surprise that these talks are happening, especially since Disney has been diving deep into live-action remakes lately. After their $200 million gamble with Alice in Wonderland turned into a $1 billion success, the studio has been on a roll remaking their classic animated films for a whole new generation. Disney's live-action remakes have had their share of hits and misses. We've seen critical successes like Cinderella, box office blockbusters like The Jungle Book, and a few flops according to the Tomato Meter like Dumbo. In 2019 alone, Disney dropped 5 live-action remakes: Dumbo, Aladdin, The Lion King, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and Lady and the Tramp. Cruella made a decent impact as the first big release during the pandemic, but other recent remakes like 2022's Pinocchio and 2023's Peter Pan and Wendy have had mixed results alongside The Little Mermaid. But despite that, Disney is more than content with the performance of its live-action movies, as they have more coming, like Mufasa: The Lion King on December 20th this year, followed by Snow White on March 21, 2025, and Moana on July 10, 2026. Plus, there are a few other remakes in the works, with one of the rumors being that Coco could be getting the live-action treatment. In Coco, the story takes place in the Mexican town of Santa Cecilia. It follows a young woman named Imelda who marries a man that eventually leaves her and their daughter Coco to chase his music career. When he never comes back, Imelda bans music from their family and starts a shoemaking business. Decades later, Miguel, Imelda's great-grandson, lives in the family home with his parents and elderly Coco. Despite the family's ban on music, Miguel secretly loves it and teaches himself to play guitar by watching videos of his idol, the late musician Ernesto de la Cruz. On the Day of the Dead, Miguel accidentally knocks over the family ofrenda and breaks a frame containing a photo of Imelda and a young Coco. He uncovers a hidden part of the photo showing his great-great-grandfather holding Ernesto's famous guitar. Believing this proves Ernesto is his relative, Miguel excitedly shares his musical dreams with his family, but his grandmother destroys his guitar in response. Feeling crushed, Miguel sneaks into Ernesto's mausoleum and takes his guitar to enter a local talent competition. When he strums it, he turns invisible to the living but can interact with his skeletal dead relatives who are visiting from the land of the dead. They take him with them, but soon realize that Imelda cannot join them because Miguel removed her photo from the ofrenda. Miguel also learns that by stealing from the dead, he's been cursed. He must get a family blessing to return to the living world before sunrise, or remain in the land of the dead forever. Imelda agrees to give him a blessing if he abandons music, but Miguel refuses and instead sets out to seek Ernesto's blessing. Miguel meets Hector, a down-on-his-luck skeleton who once performed with Ernesto. Hector offers to take Miguel to Ernesto in exchange for Miguel placing his photo on an ofrenda so he can visit his daughter before she forgets him, causing him to fade from existence. Hector helps Miguel perform in a talent competition to win a chance to meet Ernesto, but Miguel is caught by his family and flees. Miguel sneaks into Ernesto's mansion where Ernesto welcomes him in surprise, but Hector soon appears and accuses Ernesto of stealing his songs. As the two argue, Miguel slowly pieces together the truth. Ernesto and Hector were once a musical duo on the brink of fame until Hector grew homesick and tried to leave. Unable to write his own songs, Ernesto poisoned Hector, stole his guitar and songs, and passed them off as his own. To protect his legacy, Ernesto took Hector's photo and had Miguel and Hector thrown into a cenotaph. There, Miguel discovers that Hector is his real great-great-grandfather and that Coco is Hector's daughter. After being rescued by his family, Miguel reveals the truth about Hector's death, leading to a reconciliation between Imelda and Hector. The family sneaks into Ernesto's concert to retrieve Hector's photo. Ernesto's crimes are exposed, causing the audience to turn against him, and he's crushed by a falling bell reflecting his real-life fate. However, Hector's photo is lost in the chaos. As the sun rises, Imelda and the fading Hector bless Miguel, sending him back to the living world. Back home, Miguel apologizes to his family for running away and plays Remember Me on Hector's guitar. This brings a smile to Coco, who joins him in singing. She reveals that she kept the torn piece of the photo with Hector's face and shares stories about her father, ensuring his memory lives on in the land of the dead. With this, Miguel reconciles with his family and the ban on music is finally lifted. A year later, Miguel shows his new baby sisters Socorro the family ofrenda, which now features photos of both Hector and the recently passed Coco. Coco's collection of letters from Hector confirms Ernesto's theft of his songs, leading to Ernesto's disgrace and Hector's rightful recognition. In the land of the dead, Hector reunites with Imelda, Coco, and their family to visit the living world. Miguel performs a heartfelt song for both his living and dead relatives. It was a really good story and one of the few that I think would be beautifully adapted into a live-action movie. With a great cast, this could be amazing. I'm not against the live-action adaptations or repurposing old content for new audiences with the live-action twist. I just want it to be good, rather than just a money-grabbing scheme that is almost guaranteed to make money for the studio. One live-action project I'm really looking forward to is How to Train Your Dragon. The official teaser trailer is finally here, and even though it doesn't reveal much about the story and only features 2 characters, it was more than enough to convince me to buy a ticket. I absolutely loved what I saw. For those who may not know, How to Train Your Dragon is an adaptation of the beloved animated film. The movie brings back director Dean Dubois, a 3-time Oscar nominee and Golden Globe winner, along with Mason Thames as Hiccup and Gerard Butler reprising his role as Stoic. Judging from the trailer, the visuals look absolutely stunning. They're breathtaking. Moreover, Hiccup and Stoic appear almost like gladiators. I love the costume design, especially for Stoic, since adapting his animated appearance was always going to be a challenge. The fact that they managed to create this design is impressive, and of course, the main attraction is Toothless. I think he looks perfect. Probably half of the budget went into his character design, but it was definitely worth it. When Hiccup touched Toothless's snout and the iconic music started playing, I got goosebumps. That moment completely immersed me in the trailer, so I'd love to see Disney do something like that for Coco. I really hope they listen to us fans and turn it into the masterpiece it could be. That's all for now. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and other upcoming movies. Catch you later!